Mm-hmm.
So, gentlemen, tell me a little bit about this VR experience. It's quite exciting and fun.
All right. What's the question?
Tell me about the VR experience. I mean, like I said, I enjoyed it. Tell me a little bit about what you do.
Okay. So Paper Birds, it's an experiment because it's a narrative piece inside a VR device. That there are not that many of those, and we added the element of interactivity. So basically, it's a story told in a different way than what we're traditionally used to, like looking at a rectangle on a screen and or like even going to a theater play or reading a book. This is something different. And it was basically like a mixture of inspiration to tell a story and also to give the audience a specific feel, specific sensations in some scenes. Like I don't know, it's just it's something that we wanted to put together as something unique, and it came out in a way that surprised us also.
Very
Sure,
nice.
sure. I'll add as well. So Paper Birds is an amazing collaboration between the top Latin American animation studio in the world, 3DAR, which Herman is the CEO of, and he was also the writer director of this experience. With Baobab Studios, we're one of the leading interactive animation studios in the world, based in San Francisco, and Facebook Oculus, which is the platform on which you can view the experience fully immersed inside of VR 360 degrees, where you have a full range of interactivity and you're a part of the story about a young boy whose sister goes missing, and he has to kind of travel, find out the mystery behind these mysterious magical paper birds, which unlock this portal between the world that we can see and the world of the imagination. He's an amazing musician, so music is this really important component of the experience. And so when you go into this narrative journey, you actually become a part of the music and the score. And I think it's just something you have to try to in order to really understand and feel and experience.
And
Yeah.
what would you say? Go ahead.
No, that's perfect.
And I was going to say, what would you say were some of the biggest challenges about Paper Birds?
So maybe the technology, because the headset uh, has a lot of limitations because it's a standalone headset. It doesn't have a wire to a computer, so you're basically programming everything to work on a cell phone processor. And we were very ambitious in the look and feel and the art and the special effects, the particles, the magic. We wanted to create a world that feels real. So putting that into a cell phone that's like here in your face, that was a challenge. But I think I mean, I'm so surprised and happy for the results, and I think also the technology is fantastic. Like it really surprised us. Like Oculus Quest 2 is a really great product. So yeah, but it was a challenge.
Kane, you want to add anything?
I think we're sort of at the forefront of art and innovation. We're pioneering a new language of storytelling through immersive experiences like Paper Birds in virtual reality. So I think the challenge with each new experience that we create, and especially with Paper Birds, is really to figure out how to best immerse the viewer inside of the story, and be a part of the story, but the story still, be told in a way that is even more compelling than seeing it on a flat screen or reading it in a book. How do we use your ability to interact and immerse yourself inside of a narrative? What are the best tools we can use to make you really feel like you're there with these characters? That you might even have a role, or you might even matter in certain sections of it. So Sammy, I know you tried it out. So what did you think of the interactivity? Because I think we're really proud of what the team at 3DAR did with the interactivity.
And I'm proud of you. And I really loved it. I thought it was quite interesting and nothing like I've ever seen before. And I'm hoping and in the future we have more stuff like this.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you. That's awesome.
I mean,
I
one of
wanted
the
to say, sorry, but what you were saying, I think there is an underlying challenge of doing something new for a new media, and as Kane was saying, like we were always trying to see what is it that we can do that hasn't been done before, like what like direction resources, if we can do dialogue, if we can do camera, if we can do interactive inside of stories. So the pieces, like the level of innovation that we were pushing ourselves to was also a huge challenge. And the technology was this little bucket in which we were pushing the innovation. So that, I mean, I think those are the main pillars. I think Kane makes a lot of sense when he's talking about, okay, innovating is a real challenge because you don't know what you're doing.
Exactly. And I have to commend you. You guys were absolutely amazing with this. And again, I hope you do more of this in the future.
Yes, I think we will.
And what were some of your favorite memories about making this project?
My favorite memories during the production, you mean?
Yes.
So basically when we were in lockdown, and I had to really like, I mean, I went kind of crazy in lockdown with the project, but at the same time I went as deep as it could possibly be in my life. Like there was only like this occupying my time. I was alone in my apartment, and when they opened a little bit the lockdown, we started working with the co-director Federico, and we spent like this about 2 months working only the two of us, and we were both so immersed in the project, like working at that level with this silence in the air with somebody. It was one of the best working experiences that I had, and we were really like, I don't know, feeling like we were so it would have been possible without the pandemic because everything else was shut down, and so it was silence and we were working there in the project, and it was the winter in Argentina, so it was very special, like that period of immersion.
What about you, Kane?
Kane is frozen.
Uh-oh, that's not good. But yeah, so are you working on any other projects now or?
Yes, we're working on many. We are trying to create a game. We're trying to create, like we're working on a game and it's going amazing because like, but we want to make it innovative as Paper Birds. So it's like we're going to take like a whole year to really develop something new and fresh. And we want to make it multiplayer. We want it to be like a really like combining everything that we know of the narrative and virtual reality with gaming, and that's our next move. We're also doing like a few projects of writing for feature films, which are like yet confidential, but like, and then yeah, and many other things. Like 3DAR does all kinds of projects, like tons of AR filters. We're heavily working on AR, and also some commercials, and yeah, a little bit of everything.
And just so I'm curious, I want to go back to Paper Birds a little bit. Where could the
Sure.
public watch it? Is it out now or is it going to be coming out? How is this all going to work? Because I would love to show it off to my viewers and family and friends.
Yeah, it's coming out on July 8th. So that's
Okay.
that's when it's gonna be launched. So if you actually buy part one, then you're gonna get part one and part two free. So it's kind of like a deal if you buy it before July 8th, because part one is like $4.99 and parts one and two is gonna be $6.99. So we're going to give the ones who purchase part one for free, because there is like a ton of people that watch half of the movie and was like, what happened to the end? So I feel like we owe these people, so we're going to give part two as a free thing.
That's incredible. And that's such a great idea to do. I think it's going to be so much fun. I think all the people watching are going to really enjoy it. Because like I said, it was such an incredible film and everything about it just absolutely was enchanting. And I love this kind of story, and just to have it in VR part of it was just made it all the much better, I think.
Yeah, totally. It's so different than watching a movie. So in a way, for us, it was combining like all these feelings, because it's so much more about feeling in the body things, everything is like so intimate and deep. It's like when you're in VR, and at the same time it's dangerous because you can get scared so easily, or like unclose. So we were really trying to take you in a trip to feel these different things. The landscapes and the music is all conspiring to get you to really like get in touch with scenes that you probably lived in the past, like the first time you went in a cable car. If you were a kid, that was very touching for me, and I wanted to just bring that feeling to the audience as well, or have the audience connect to that own version of that feeling, because I feel like, yeah, many of us also resonate with the feel of the wet wood of a port, and the wind, and the silence in the morning, and the water. All this is very about like sensorial. Anyways, listen.
Yes, I'm really excited about it. Like I said, I can't wait to see the public reaction to it. That just completely blows me away. Like I was blown away seeing it, like I said, but now like to see the reaction, because you guys deserve all the best with it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. It was a lot of work, but it's also a very sincere project. Like we were really like putting our voice out, all the artists doing all this detail that nobody asked them to do. Like, just if you see the amount of detail of the scenes, you see the amount of love that each of the artists was putting to it, and trying to connect with the feeling. So it was a very beautiful project to work with, and the pandemic was a challenge, but it was totally possible to do with it.
I think in some ways for people in our field, it was a blessing in disguise, because even though it was a challenge, we got to use our creative juices in a different way.
It is. I mean, definitely part one got us to a very, when we were doing the first part, we were all going through like all these personal like processes. We were like really afraid, because at the very beginning, like people were like, and we all were like so afraid of the virus. Then you get used to it, and it's like, okay, I mean, still it's scary, but not as the beginning. The beginning felt like the end of the world. So we were doing this with all this heaviness, and in a way the project was kind of like a way to express all that. And it was kind of like a saving, like something to hold on to, not to go crazy, and to express it. And then I remember, like, I was watching the previews, and I would get really emotional, like 8 p.m. and me at my apartment after being alone for like weeks and weeks. And I don't know, it was quite an adventure. I'm not looking forward to the next pandemic though. Like, I want this to be over.
No, not at all. And where can we follow you on social media so we could find out more about Paper Birch and your next project?
Absolutely. So there is my personal look. We're going to, during the second half of 2021, we're going to like relaunch all the social, because we haven't really been done much serious work there. But it's like at 3dar at Instagram. That's at 3dar. Then my personal is at German Heller, my name, like that. And there is an Instagram for Paperbirds, which is at paper.birds.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for taking the time today. I appreciate you, and we will talk again soon.
Absolutely. Pleasure to meet you. Thank you
Yes,
for
likewise.
To add also that there is Baobab social media handles as well for Baobab Studios.
Sorry about that. Thanks, Liana.
Of course, and unfortunately, I just got a text from Kane. His internet went out, so he greatly apologizes. But if you have any questions you want to ask him, feel free to shoot me an email. I'll make sure he gets the questions. He really apologizes. He's so sorry.
Oh, yeah, no worries. We'll just set up a different interview. Thank you so much, you guys.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.